I'm Chef Mark Strassman. And like everyone else, for the last couple of weeks, I've been stuck at home waiting for the constructions to start at my new restaurant, Mark's Off Madison. While I've been waiting, I've been testing recipes and baking sourdough bread, as many of you could see. And then I realized next week is Passover. And I have spent the last 30 years of my career hosting Passovers in all of my restaurants. And this is the first year I'm not going to do that. So I thought, how could I help? What can we do virtually? And the sourdough gave me the idea of, let's make matzah. It's the complete polar opposite of sourdough. Sourdough, you got to make it, you got to ferment it, you got to watch it rise, you got to give it a turn, then you got to knead it, then you got to do that, and before you know it, 4, 5, 6, 2 days, depending upon how you ferment, you finally have bread. Matzah, different. 18 minutes. Mix it, make it, bake it, and run. That's why I'm going to show you how to make matzah. Okay, so we're going to mix the matzah. But first I want to just reiterate, this is not kosher for Passover. Okay, because the flour is not kosher flour, and they don't, and as we said with the box matzah, you don't put in the salt. So we're gonna start with adding the water, and the water needs to be warm. 200 grams of water, 5 grams of salt, kosher salt, of course. Mix it up with your hand, and then you add the all-purpose flour into the water. And as I said, back in ancient times, them not having all-purpose flour, they also didn't have KitchenAid mixers. KitchenAid mixers me. So we're going to mix it slowly. Not too slow, because like I said, 18 minutes. And you know, you're going to see that it's going to come together really, really fast. And you use your hands. Don't be afraid. Take some excess flour, and you can put it on the board. So when it comes time to really mix and knead, we could do that. It's time to shape. Now, matzah is unleavened bread, as they say. So what was the bread? The bread was most likely pita. And pita, like a pizza, you start with small things of dough, and then you make them into a little ball. Yeah, pre-shaping is really important in baking, because we want to make sure that the finished product all looks the same, that there's some uniformity to it. So here we go. Those are the two. And then what you do is you want to make sure that there's plenty of flour on your bench so it doesn't stick. You know, and, you know, we want to make sure now we're stretching it out a little bit. So it's very similar to pizza. And, you know, that's what a pita bread would look like before you wait another 2.5 hours for the dough to rise. Okay, now I'm using my hands here, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows, wash your hands, please. Okay. And we have ourselves what will be a nice piece of matzah. Here we are with the rolled out matzah. Now normally we would use a docker, but I don't have a docker at home, and I'm sure you don't. If I don't, you don't. So what do you use? Forks. All right, so now it's time, because I'm on a clock, 18 minutes. And now we're going to put it on the pizza peel. And then we are going to bake it in the oven at 550 degrees for 3.5 to 4 minutes. I'm going to put this on my pizza peel, and it's going to go onto the pizza stone. If you don't have a pizza stone at home, put it on a cookie tray or on a sheet tray. If you have parchment paper at home, put it on a piece of parchment paper, then either on the stone or onto the cookie tray. So it's actually time to go to the oven. Well, we are in New York City and we are all staying home and there are no fiddlers on the roof. So what there is homemade matzah and box matzah. And they're different. Brings up the question, why is this night different than any other? This night is different because on this night we eat unleavened bread, matzah. And this year it's different because we're staying at home because of COVID-19. We're staying at home, we're staying safe, and have a seasoned Pesach. And if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. I got plenty of time on my hands. Happy Pesach, seasoned Pesach to all.